Imagine a situation where someone has clearly violated your rights, perhaps damaged your property or stolen something valuable. How can justice be served without simply initiating more conflict? This is a crucial question when considering the foundational principles of a free society and how we address wrongs. Yes, in libertarian thought, restitutionary force is generally considered consistent with the non-aggression principle, or NAP. The NAP states that it is impermissible to initiate physical force or fraud against another person or their property. Restitutionary force is not an initiation of force but, rather, a defensive or corrective response to a prior act of aggression. The core reason for this consistency lies in the nature of aggression itself. When an individual initiates force, they forfeit their right to be free from force to the extent necessary to rectify the harm they caused. Restitution aims to make the victim whole again, to restore them to the state they were in before the aggression occurred. This differs from pure retribution, which focuses solely on punishing the aggressor. Restitution focuses on the victim's just claim to their property or well-being, which was violated by the aggressor's initial wrongful act. Practically speaking, this means that force can be used to recover stolen property, compel compensation for damages, or enforce a judgment that restores the victim. However, a critical caveat is that this force must be strictly proportional to the original aggression and its resulting harm. For instance, you could not use lethal force to recover a stolen pencil. The goal is to enforce the victim's rights and undo the aggression, not to inflict disproportionate suffering or further violate rights. This proportionality ensures that the response itself does not become a new act of aggression. Within libertarian legal theory, an aggressor is often seen as incurring a debt to their victim. This debt is not merely a moral obligation but a justifiable claim that can, if necessary, be enforced. This enforcement is not arbitrary. It is a direct logical extension of the victim's self-ownership and property rights. The aggressor, by initiating force, implicitly accepts the risk of having proportional force used against them to rectify their transgression. This framework allows for a system of justice, where wrongs can be righted without violating the very principle meant to protect individual liberty. Ultimately, the consistency between restitutionary force and the non-aggression principle highlights a fundamental aspect of libertarian justice. It is not pacifism. Instead, it is a commitment to the principle that force is legitimate only in response to initiated aggression and must serve to restore justice and protect individual rights. This thoughtful approach provides a framework for addressing violations of liberty while upholding the core tenet of non-initiation.